How I stay motivated to reach our goals is I know this seems really simple, but I don't set a goal for myself that I think other people think I should set. I set a goal for myself that I truly have a desire to accomplish. Because I think that many people, it's like, okay, I set this goal of this because this is what society tells me I'm supposed to be doing. This is what society or my parents tell me that I need to be doing. And then we wonder why we have such a challenge being motivated. It's because you actually don't have that great of a desire to get there. Because when you have the desire to get there, the discipline follows. Yep. And for me, that's what I have found, that if I just say, I'm like, oh, I really want to get in shape. I really want to do this, that, or the other. Well, then if I don't have a great enough desire to get there, I won't change my habits. I won't change the systems in my life. I won't do what's necessary to get uncomfortable to get there. One of the things that I've done over the course of us being married is I've done several different endurance races and, I've done half marathons and all kinds of different things. And the thing that would help me stay motivated was I would actually pay for the race. So I'd go all in that, I'd pay for the race, and I would realize, okay, I have two choices. I can train for this every single day so that I can do great at it, the best that I can, or I already paid for it, there's no refund, I'm gonna still go and show up and go through it, but it's really gonna suck because it's gonna be uncomfortable, I'm gonna walk through it, I'm gonna feel terrible about myself. So I know for me in some things, it's like, okay, I go all in what I'm doing, I bet on myself, and then I reverse and be like, okay, what do I have to do every single day to do that? But it was because it's something I want to do that I thought was best for my life, not what other people thought for me.
One of the biggest things that I tell people about goals is that goals are not necessarily set to be met. So many people, they set these goals, they fall short, they beat themselves up because of falling short of what they set out to accomplish. But the fact is, we've missed every goal we've ever set. Right? But we were further ahead than we would have been if we would not have set the goal. Because the purpose of a goal is to give you direction. It's to focus your energies and your actions so that you'd be further ahead than you would have been. It's like aiming for the stars and hitting the moon versus aiming for nothing and hitting it, right? And so we've done that literally our entire journey. We've missed every goal we've ever set, but we were always further than we would have been because we pushed ourselves. One of the other things I think that are really important about goals is that when we talk about staying motivated towards those goals, at some point, you got to realize that motivation is kind of entry level, right? Motivation's entry level. Motivation gets you going, but it will not keep you growing. At some point, you've got to develop that self-discipline. And I think what Lexi referenced a little bit earlier was that when desire is great enough, discipline will follow. Because there's going to be so many days that you don't feel like doing what you committed to doing. Like, all the time. People always ask us, man, are there ever times that, man, you didn't feel like showing up? You didn't feel like following through on your commitments? And I say, all the time. Very rarely did I actually feel motivated to do what I committed to do. But because it was a commitment, and I realized how impactful it is to keep the commitments that you make to yourself versus breaking those commitments. Because breaking your commitments, it wreaks havoc on your self-esteem. It wreaks havoc on your self-image. Self-confident people are people who keep the habits, self-confident people are people who keep the promises that they've made to themselves, regardless of circumstances, regardless of conditions. At some point, you've got to rely on discipline and habits and not motivation.